This is Tom Bain. This is Wine, Money, and Song. If you find the content of this channel of interest, please subscribe. And if you have like-minded friends who are interested in wine, please tell them about it. And in comments, please let us know what subjects you would like us to cover and if there's wines you want us to react to. High wine prices. Now, that's something that we're all facing in today's economy. All prices have gone up because of what's happening globally. With the price of fuel, gasoline, heating oil, and the big problem that we've had in the world is global supply chains are very, very stressed. And that affects the prices of wine. So to explain what's going on with high wine prices, in the last 10 years, people have been trading up. And they've been doing this for the last 10 years. The average price per bottle that people have been paying in supermarkets and in wine stores have been gradually going up. If you're a fan of Sancerre, 10 years ago, Sancerre was $20 a bottle. Now it's over 30. I used to buy a Muscadet from the Loire Valley. That was $12, $13. It's over $20 now. And that's what's been going on. And people are trading up, and these prices keep going up. And I can't see them going down for a while. And to explain what's going on with the global supply chain problems with the wines, there are a lot of ships that are stuck. I talk to some of my friends in the wine business and they order wine. I go, how long does it take to get the wine? And they say, well, it can take a month or it can take 6 months. We have no idea when it leaves. It just shows up now. And sometimes it doesn't show up for a year. I ordered some champagne in May. It just came in a year later in April. That's how long it took. So that's a big problem, is being able to get the boats, getting on a boat and getting the boat over here. And the cost of shipping, one of my clients told me that it's 300 or 400% more shipping costs. And you can't absorb those costs. That's way too much. That would suck the margins down. So that has to be passed on to the consumer. And fuel cost, obviously, on trucks, that's doubled in price. So that has to be passed along somewhere along the chain, distribution chain. And think about the wineries. The wineries have a hard time getting bottles, getting labels, getting cardboard boxes, and just think all along. They're ready to bottle their wines, and they don't have corks. They can't bottle their wines until they have those things. So that's a problem. And until that loosens up, you can see a lot of wines are out of stock. In the last holiday period, champagne was almost absent in most of the retail stores. And that's crazy. I never saw that in my life before. And that has to do with the constraints on shipping and the supply chain. Distribution's just not happening in a timely manner. And we've seen auction prices going up, and part of the reason why that's going on is because the people are spending more money. But during COVID, especially in the last 2 years, the 1%, the richest 1% have done very well during COVID. They've made money, while the people in the middle have been devastated. So that's also a reason why those luxury wines that are sold in auctions have gone way up. And classified Bordeaux's, Grand Cru and Premier Cru Burgundies and Grand Marque Champagnes, the prices are crazy. The prices are crazy. I buy some wines at auction. I used to win half of my bids. Now maybe 20% of my bids. And I'm really getting reluctant because the prices are just too high for me. So that's where we are now. Now, how will these wine prices come down? Well, obviously the answer is the distribution problems we're having right now, they have to ease up. But from what I understand, the global distribution chain is not getting better, and it's not going to get better for a while. And these semiconductor chips, everything, it's very slow, and it ain't happening overnight. But we need that to improve to lower prices, and that'll help. And fuel prices have to come down. That'll lower costs. The way that prices will come down is if we have a recession. And when a recession occurs, you'll see demand all of a sudden slows up because the economy gets strained and people lose their jobs and people start trading down and they don't have as much discretionary income. And all of a sudden, things that were selling will not, and that'll drive the supply up. And when supply is driven up, the prices can come down. And you'll see that in auction prices also. The first thing hit during recession are luxury goods. Luxury goods like expensive automobiles, expensive trips, and fashion. So the price of luxury wines will steady or start to lower because people are not going to be spending that wild money because they don't have it anymore. Today, we're going to taste a wine from Costco. And the reason why I picked out a wine from Costco is the largest retailer of wine in the United States, and they have 450 outlets, and they sell wines, the full gamut. They sell wines like this one's very, very inexpensive at $10 a bottle, and they sell wines for $1,000 a bottle. But I'm centering in on their Kirkland brand, which is usually wines that are offered at a steep discount. This wine is an Old Vine Zinfandel, and Old Vine means nothing legally. These vines, on the back of the label, it says it's 45 years old, and that's pretty old. But I know that Bedrock Winery has vines from over 100 years old. Now that's old vines. But at $10, could this wine be any good? That's the question. And we're going to find out. We're going to find out. Now, I've had some good experiences with the Kirkland brand and some not. The wines are never bad, but they tend to be a little modern sometimes. Fruity, a little too much oak sometimes in some of the offerings, and modern. But some of the wines are very good. And if you hit it the right way, you can save a lot of money. You can save a lot of money. And I drink wines every price level. And I make sure I do that to keep my context, that I understand wines from here, wines from there, and all along the price gamut, just to keep my feet steady on the ground and I'm not drinking highfalutin wines all the time, which I do a lot. But so this is 2019 Kirkland Old Vine Zinfandel from Sonoma. Now we'll see just how much $10 buys for a glass of Old Vine Zinfandel from Kirkland. The fruit is slightly stewed, and you get that a lot in California Zinfandel, but this one is not porty. It's not extreme, but you get that little bit of stewed fruit in the nose. But there's a lot of fruit in this wine. The wine is medium body to full. It has some spice to it, and the fruit is a mouthful of fruit. And it has a little bit of the brambly quality that Zinfandel can have. This is a wine you would have with a barbecue. Great with burgers. You could really suck it down. It's not very serious, but it's full flavored, ripe, and it's not over the top like a lot of Zinfandels can be. Let me have another taste. You get the spice in the nose. For $10 a bottle, a very good investment. A very good investment. You should go out and try a bottle of this, and if you like it, stock up on it at $10 a bottle. Great value. That gets a golden bell. And that's my first golden bell. So, Kirkland, Old Vine Zinfandel, 2019 from Sonoma. Excellent value.